What up, chosen family? I just want to come on here, giving y'all a little update. I know I haven't really been posting like I'm supposed to. It's a lot to get adjusted to because I'm an introvert. I'm really not a people's person. So it's kind of like new to me to be like putting my business out here. But since it's already been put out here by others, you know, what the heck, and plus, besides, I'm just getting used to this situation. I've been in this situation for this particular situation for over a year, and it's just trying to get used to and accustomed to all of this mess that's going on. The gang stalking by different people. Most recently is particularly a bunch of junkies and addicts. And I'm just I'm kind of getting frustrated because I'm tired of the situation because people just need to go on about their business. It is what it is. And the crazy part about this is people are retarded because I never knew exactly everything that was going on or who was behind it. They told on themselves, really, to tell you the truth. And by consistently keep coming at me, keep doing witchcraft, keep sending all these different people and all types of certain stuff or whatever, it just baffles me that okay, I was in Florida homeless at one point in time, and then I reached out to, I don't call them, they not my family, but these people that I share blood with, and they it was their idea to bring me back up here, but now I see that it was their idea to bring me back up here on a bigger, a higher level type thing was to offer me. My whole thing is that you could have left me where I was at. Um, and by me coming back here, I never wanted to be back here ever again. Every time that I came back here, it was kind of like, by force or whatever. With the situation that I had went with, with the races in Virginia, that issue is what led me back here. But and I'm back here now, because I was in Delaware like 2 months ago, because it's going on 2 months since I've been back here, and it was cool there. I mean, I had the well, these same people, some of these people from here, they followed me to Delaware. So they were sent there. They followed me there and was attacking me with the witchcraft there and all that too. So, I mean, even though I was, had to fight those, in spiritual warfare there, it was a all right place. You know what I'm saying? And things were opening up. I only came back here because getting a job there was moving a little slow. And so this a job back here in the hometown came available. So I hurried up back here to get that job, and then I get all the way here. God had another plan because I couldn't even get to the job. Because for one, you gotta have money. And I told y'all that they've been messing with my stability. So they've been making sure I can't keep a job. And if I get one, they make sure that they pay the people off to make sure that I don't, to make it uncomfortable, a hostile environment. That's basically what they've been doing. And like I said, so I don't really have no money, and I think they've been messing with, the little child support that I was getting, and all that. So basically, I don't really have no income. But anyway, I came back here to take the job. It was a good job, paying money, at Amazon. However, the location just ain't convenient. It's not as convenient as I thought it was. I should have probably did my research a little bit more, but I was just excited that a job had came through. I'm ready to work, get some money so I can try to get back on my feet. And these people know that I'm a beast. That's why they keep interfering with making sure I don't get a job. Because if I get a job, I can immediately get back on my feet. They hate us. That's what it is. So anyway, like I said, I got here, and I still, was homeless, didn't really have a place to stay. And they set something in place to try to get me set up again so they can do spell work on me and take me out and all that. So that situation didn't really work. But it wasn't just that. The date that I was supposed to start the job, I think I was supposed to start. October the 1st or the 2nd or something like that. But I didn't, again, I found out the hard way that it would cost me $20 a day to get the work. Now, that wouldn't be a problem if I had already started the job. And, once I started making the money, that wouldn't have been a problem. It would have been good because it was good money. And from what I was told, you get paid every week. So I would have been back on my feet in no time. But I couldn't get there because of course, I don't have no support system. I don't have nobody that I can call and ask for no money, because they're forcing my children to not help me at all, so I wasn't able to, get the money to be able to get the work. And then one day that I did try to get the work, I was gonna, talk to the people and let them know my situation and see if there was something that they could help me with because you never know unless you ask. I mean, so I was gonna see if I could work something out with them, like if I could get, you know, uh, like prepaid, or if they could put me up or something, somewhere out close. But man, this particular location, first and foremost, is not a regular bus that you can get to take to get to go there. It's always the special buses that cost a certain more money than a regular bus. So, and the fastest way would to take the Mark or the Amtrak. Both cost expensive one way. The Mark was $8 one way. Then you still have to pay for the little shuttle once you get there, but it's not that bad. The shuttle didn't cost that much, but if you add up the cost getting to and from, it would have been $20 a day. I only had $20, so anyway, then I found out the hard way that with the shuttle stops at a certain time as far as going to that particular Amazon. I didn't know that. So on my first day, of course, I didn't make it there because the shuttle stopped running at a certain time, and I missed that last shuttle due to the time that the Mark got there. So basically, that was a flop. So now I'm stranded here where I don't want to be because I already know that I got haters here. Always had haters here. I always never even liked my hometown, because I always felt as long as I'm here, I'm depressed. I always felt like there's this big cloud over Maryland. I'm just being real. That's how I always felt. So I always wanted to move. And then, I finally made my move in 2015 when they had that riot and everything started going cuckoo, cuckoo here. I wanted my children to know that it's more to life than what they saw here. Early pregnancies, um, people on the corner selling drugs and or junkies. I wanted them to see more than that. And a lot of people was jealous about that. And you could tell a lot of people was jealous because I made that move by how when I came to visit years later, um, how I came when I came to visit, little things that they said, making little comments, or don't forget where you came from and all this. Where that's coming from? I don't forget where I'm coming from. I know where I came from. That kind of talk is people that's jealous of you. And me, it's people, a lot of people, and in that people that I share blood with, because I no longer refer to them as family, um, and outsiders that had way more opportunities than me. And, you know, it's always been like some type of jealous thing. I never was jealous of them. I kind of, I envied it. And I was like, wish I had, situations like that, or help like that. But, I'm learning now, especially on this journey that God chose to give me, that I'm learning me. I was never supposed to fit in, and that's why I never fitted in because I wasn't supposed to fit in because I was different. God had, you know, this was all mapped out. And the funny thing, I know I'm all over the place. The funny thing is, um, I was thinking like not that long ago, I was like, all these people, walk around and they sending me these spiritual attacks. They doing this witchcraft. How is this possible? I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was. I had before I really sat down and heard God tell me. I was like, well, it must have been them COVID shots people went and got. they gave people powers, thinking like that. But then I thought about it, I was like, well, that can't be true because I was having visions off and on way before COVID even happened, before I even moved out of this town back in 2015. I mean, they weren't like consistent, but they were like dreams off and on. So, with that being said, I always had, the abilities, powers, whatever you want to call it. For some reason, I guess because we at the end of the world, God decided to bring it back and bring it back full force because he knew that he had an assignment for me to do. Like I said, I was just thrown into this. I haven't been trained. And let me tell you, I've been in and out of church all my life. But I see now the folk who I was going and worshiping in church with, they didn't teach none of this stuff about spiritual warfare. They might have talked about it, but they didn't go in depth or anything. And now I see why, because it was so easy for them to sell their souls and switch on the other side. Um, so it probably wasn't never meant for me to stay focused and keep my path with God. Because I see how easy it was for them to switch over. Um, like I said, I was just thrown into this like last year, going on, yeah, last year. So all of this is still kind of new. I'm learning as I'm going along because I wasn't taught this in church. And yeah, we supposed to, read the Bible on our own, and I did, but when I read when I read Revelations and always heard about Revelations, I was scared, but it was like just a story. I never expected to actually be in what's going on. I didn't expect the world to ever come to end, if that makes sense. So now being in the situation that I'm in, I'm learning as I go along, and God has been good to me. He's been protecting me, because basically I was thrown in this situation with no training. And I thought it was just a me thing until, I got on here and I see that it's other chosen ones who had their share of spiritual warfare. It don't seem like it's as crazy as mine's, but or it may have been. They just don't go into detail about it. But this is crazy. I always heard about, witchcraft. You saw the movies, you read the books, but I never expected to, be I don't want to call myself a victim, but I never expected, to experience these type of things. I really didn't know that these things existed. Just like I found out, like a week ago, being in a store, a 7-Eleven store, they had like this antique picture up on their wall, and it gives the history of how the Ouija board was created here by somebody who lived here. I never knew that. I never even knew that, people here practice paganism here. I don't know why. It just seemed like I've been under some kind of rock or something, or because it was never something that really was an interest to me. So I never, like, I guess, focused on it, looked into it, or anything like that. But I'm finding out a lot about, and like a lot of the cities that excuse me, recently went and visited. I didn't, I got a little bit of their history, and it's just weird. It just seemed like I just been thrown into another timeline or something. And I'm laughing now, but I wasn't laughing before, you know. But I just thank God because He's a great God. He's the only God. But I see where my hometown is. It's a lot of people that have a God complex here. Biblically, it's that spirit of Jezebel, that spirit of Pharaoh. And just like with Jezebel, just like with Pharaoh, they consistently disobeyed God. God told them to leave his children alone, and they did not. Jezebel thought she was head woman in charge, and she kept doing this and she kept doing that, led her husband astray, and she did all of these things, right? Killed people, and she did this and she did that. But even with her, she wreaked havoc on some people, but even with her, a pack of dogs killed her. The same thing with Pharaoh. Pharaoh consistently hardened his heart after God said, "Let my people go." He consistently kept on messing with them, they're gone people. And you know what God did? Okay, God lost patience. He gave him chance after chance to do the right thing. And God parted the Red Sea, and Pharaoh and his army thought they was going to, and they drowned. The point I'm trying to make is I keep trying to tell my enemies they don't gotta listen to me. They ain't gotta worship God, because you can tell they demonic, and they into demonic things. And some of these people, like I said, they mocking my father, using his word, saying God, this, and Jesus, even quoting his scripture. But even Satan know the scripture, but they using it, twisting it around to for their benefit. But they don't know nothing about my father at all, because they think they gods and goddesses. Anytime you think that you can mess up somebody's stability, interfere with them being able to live, have a place, and you could do this, and you can pull your weight, and you could do this. Anytime you have a mindset like that, you're not of God. God is not of that. He's of love, patience, kindness. He don't do things like that. And like I said, it seems like they in this mode of they trying to humble me. I don't need humbling. I always been humble. They the ones that need humbling, as you can see, because apparently this is things the things that everything they doing to me they've done before, and they got away with it. And they upset with me now because again we at the end of the world is about to come to an end, and God is showing forth his hands, and he chose me. And I have an assignment, and they mad because I took the assignment. I don't care who you are. Who are you to tell me what assignment I can and can't take? Just because you choose to go the dark path, that's you. I have the right to choose which way I want to go, and I choose the Lord, because I read that Bible. I read Revelations. I read what's to come. God showed me the vision in a dream what's to come to this world. And I'm not gonna lie, God is not the author of fear, but it scared me. And furthermore, basically, I haven't had a good life. I've had people steal from me, not once but twice. I was a millionaire at 2 years old, and guess what? They stole from me. My own family didn't think, oh, let's put some money up for her, when she get older. They spent it, and then they don't have nothing to show for it. This time, my father's side did it this time, and recently while I'm a grown up, and they all sitting back knowing I was homeless on the street, and they rather try to take me out to cover up this whole big scandal than to do the right thing by me. And like I said, this whole issue that's going on would not be as blown up as it's blown up if people would have just left me alone. I didn't even know what was. I'm telling y'all, I was not in the know, and I definitely didn't know everything that I know now. So they want to put fear in me. Well, maybe 2 years ago when all this stuff first started going on, and I didn't know who was involved. I was, everything was still fresh and everything. Yeah, it might have worked, but it's not working now. I'm not scared of nobody. And I look at it like this: I serve an awesome God, and if God decide to allow them to do anything, then it was meant to happen. I'm not gonna walk around in fear, even in a town where nobody likes me and everybody hate me because they under investigation for something that was done to me. Something that first and foremost, it wouldn't have got blown up had they would have left me alone. But see, that's what happened when you got a God complex mind, and you think, oh, I could just do this and that to this person because you feel like you could just do it because you got a little power, because you can pull a few strings. No, it don't work like that. You should just leave people alone, especially people that's not messing with you. But this is where we are. Um, and it is what it is. But ain't nobody gonna have me in fear. I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep trusting. And I'm gonna keep praying. They can keep doing their witchcraft and black magic, which ain't working, but they keep doing it. And now they getting junkies to do it. Ever since I started posting, and now they getting all these addicts to do it. It's just weird. The whole situation is just weird. They see that this stuff is not working. No matter who you do it, they try to team up. They Every time I do manage to get a bid in the shelter, they get in the shelter because they know I'm going to the shelter because they doing divination, or they going to these these what they call it, they getting even readings on me, or they going to these priestess or whatever they call, and they telling them, oh, she might, they all in my business. She might be going to the shelter, such and such shelter. And so they all hurry up and fly, and they paying the shelter people off or whatever, or even the shelter people in on it, paying them off to do, to come there so they can all team together. They make sure they fill the room up with witches, people that's doing witchcraft, still trying to take me out. Y'all done did this in other states and it didn't work. And you doing it now. Why it's not working? So why continue to do the same thing? That's the definition of being insane. But you want to try to create a you running around here trying to create a paper trail to make it seem like I'm the one that's crazy, I'm insane, when it's y'all guys are the ones that's insane. Again, you keep doing something over and over again, and you're thinking you're getting a different result, but you're not. You're getting the same result. So why not just stop and leave me alone? I'm not bothering nobody. I wasn't even trying to put nobody out there. I was trying to mind my business and just get back on my feet. I just want some peace of mind. They created this whole big mess. And instead of being men and women and accepting that they created it, the mess that it is, they rather just put the buck on me, and they rather just be upset and hate me. Well, I don't care if you hate me, because honestly, I know this is not of God. The feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual. Because again, I ain't know who all was involved in anything. All I know is I had some problems with some people in Virginia, and they started showing up when I moved and I got out that situation. They started showing up where I was at. Then I left because it's like nobody was listening to me. Nobody wasn't trying to give me no help, no assistance like they supposed to. And when I say that, I mean law, or these people I share blood with, and none of that. So this, if you're going to your local law and they not helping you, you telling your family, then what you do next? Next, you go to the next higher group, in which I did. So everybody upset and they mad because it finally got to the right people. And apparently it created an investigation. My whole thing is, once you knew that you was under investigation, why did you keep on attacking? Why did you keep coming after me? Why did you, start going after my jobs, creating issues? You put me in some kind of government thing with gain stalking, and you doing this, and you trying to get my social media shut down now because I'm talking and this, that, and the other. If you didn't want me to talk, why keep bothering me? Common sense will tell you to leave me alone. If you want somebody to be quiet, leave them alone. Not keep attacking and keep attacking and keep attacking. It's just retarded to me that you want me to be quiet. You don't want me talking, but yet you keep bothering me. I can't even be homeless in peace. You already got everything. You got everything. You got your jokes off. I heard they supposed, you done created some page, and all these people got access to it and seen it, but me, I ain't seen it. They posting all this stuff. I ain't seen none of the posts, but they supposed to tried to trash my reputation and this, that, and other. Everything that they try to do, I haven't seen it, because they must have it on some kind of private thing where it's only certain people can see it, or it's just kept from me. I don't know, and I really don't care. Um, the only person that I'm truly only worried about is God and myself. Long as I know the truth and long as He know the truth, that's all that matters. These people, anytime that you go this low, you a nobody to me. That's why I don't understand. They trying to make me out to look like I'm a nobody and I ain't important in this, but they making me look important by all the things that they doing. You making me look important because you doing divination every day, trying to figure out my every step, where I'm going at. Then you show up and you watching me, and you got people following me. So I must be important to you, because somebody that's not important to you or don't matter, you ain't gonna do all that. Like, they don't matter to me. So you don't see me sitting back scrolling, trying to see on their Facebook page or what they writing. Oh, they writing something. You don't see me going out trying to hire nobody to do nothing to them. You don't see me trying to be in the same area and places where they at. I try to be away from them because they drama filled. I don't got time for drama. Life's too short. And the thing about it, while y'all doing all this studying me and following me, you should be getting a Bible and reading about what's to come. See, they think it's a joke, or they think because the person they serve, which is Satan, got them in their mind thinking that it's going to be this big party when the world come to an end. It reminds me of two stories. The story of Noah and the ark, when God told Noah to create the ark, and Noah went and told all the dumb people in the town, God is about to do this, he about to do that, he telling me, and they sat back, laughing, thought it was a joke, mocked them and all that, took it for granted until God brought that rain down and he destroyed the world, and they was dead. The second story it reminds me of is Sodom and Gomorrah, when God sent the angel into the town to see if the town could be saved, but instead he couldn't even find one good, decent person in the town. And just like with Noah, they mocked that angel, tried to have sex with the angel, all kind of disrespectful stuff. And it wasn't until God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah that the point was proven. And this remind me of the same thing. It's the same thing with these people. They think because they worship Satan and they don't believe in God, or they got their own law, they think they gods. They think they their own gods, and they don't have to listen to God or what God tell them to do. And it's true. That's why Jesus died on the cross, so we all can have the choice to make a decision if we want to serve God or we want to do our own thing. But let me tell you, it's repercussions even if you don't serve God. The Bible was created for everybody. The rules that's in the Bible was for everybody, whether if you worship God or not. So when you disobey the rules in the Bible, the wages of sin is death. So you got these people walking around with this God complex that think because for a long time they got away with doing a whole lot of crooked stuff. They got away with pulling strings because they know this one and they know that one. So they thinking, oh, I'm a God. I can do this. They puffed up. But see, we're in the end times. God has sent so many signs and wonders, and they can sit back and try to act like they don't see it or not. Everything that's in Revelations that God said was going to unfold in the end days is happening. These idiots, they can try to be big stubborn and continue to be Jezebel spirits and Pharaoh spirits, Leviathan spirits, all they want. The fact of the matter is that regardless if God allowed you to be successful to harm me like they trying to do, whether if I'm here or not, God's word is going to come to pass. This world is going to go. The people in it, you either going to heaven or you going to hell. And while you sitting back following me, trying to make my life worse, or trying to hinder me, and you getting your laugh on, and you smoking your smokes, and you drinking, and you doing this, and you in your fornication, and you just being devils, evil little entities. You should be trying to get your life together because you don't have much time. That's number one. Number two, the things that's gonna come leading up to after God take his kids back, leading up to the total destruction of the world. If you knew and understood Revelations, you would be trying to get your life, you'd be running, trying to get your life right, or with your head in the Bible instead of worrying about me and worrying about following me around, gang stalking me and making life worse for me, because your hate for me is going to be to your own demise, because I'm going to be me. I'm going to still worship God, and I'm going to keep praying, and I'm going to keep doing everything that he tell me to do. I don't care. Your life is your life. Whatever happens, that's on you. But I know where I'm going. If my life was hell here on earth, why would I want to spend an eternity where you're going to be constantly day and night, because it's in the Bible, tortured day and night over and over again for eternity? Why would I want to do that if I already had a hard time in the real world? That does not make sense at all. But again, I'm not sitting here trying to convince nobody to do the right thing. I'm not sitting here trying to convince nobody to get on the right path or whatever. I'm just saying, if you want to have something to do, if you bored, you so bored that you worrying about me, somebody that's a nobody, based on what y'all say, based on y'all reactions. It's nothing big about me. So y'all focus on got all your focus on me. While you've all focused on me, you need to be taking the time to think about and be working, because you sitting back and you focus on me, and before you know it, the world gonna be coming to an end. And I guess y'all gonna try to blame me for what happens to you then. No, because you should have been on your own mission instead of worrying about me. But again, we're dealing with people who has a God complex. They think they gods. They think they goddesses. They think they this and they think they that because they know a few people. Because they know a few people in the industry, or because they, got some people that can pull a few strings here and make things happen. That don't mean nothing. Because let me tell you another thing that's in the Bible. God said in the last days, the first will be last and the last will be first. All these people that's walking around with that power and money, God is taking it from them. He's doing an exchange. Yes, he's doing it. As they call it, these pagans and stuff call it destiny swapping. Well, God gonna do a destiny swapping. He's taking that power away because he didn't give you power to harm innocent people or poor people. And there's a lot of people that's in power that's been abusing their power. And the same thing when it comes to having money. God didn't give you money to take from poor people so you can have more money. I mean, he's gonna change a lot. It's a lot of changes that's coming. You ain't gotta take my word for it. I ain't sitting here trying to convince you either. It's on you. But the point I'm trying to make is I just feel like it's retarded. The things that's going on, the things that's occurring is retarded. The people that's doing these things is retarded. You created this issue. It's as big as it is, and you want your city, you want this city or everybody in this state to to give you a pat on the back or um basically uh ride with you. They riding with you over because that's my city and trying to make me out as the enemy. I'm not the enemy. You the enemy. I didn't again. I didn't even know who all was involved. I didn't know was what they came for me. I did what anybody that was placed in my situation would do. I went to get help. I wasn't getting help locally, so I took it up a notch, and they got upset about it. And again, all this they told on themselves because the half of the people that's involved, and it's a lot of people that's involved, a lot of money that was passed around, hush money and all kind of stuff. They told on themselves. I didn't even know. They told on themselves. And one thing about when you try to be a criminal and you trying to get away with something, the less people that know, the better chances you have of getting away with it. When you start paying off this person, that person, and you start doing this and you start adding all these different people in it, it's bound to get blown up anyway. And that's why, besides, God being in the middle of it, that's why it's a big mess now. But anyway, that's I'm gonna leave that there. I just wanted to get on here and just add some. I'm gonna try to post more. Like I said, it's new to me. I'm trying to adjust to everything, even being homeless. I'm trying to adjust to that. Um, Being gang stalked, and everything, because all this new to me. And I don't feel ashamed by saying that I'm homeless because I think they want me to be ashamed. I don't feel ashamed about that because I'm not homeless because I didn't pay my bills or I have an addiction or something that I did. I'm homeless because people that got a little power and pull decide they want to use that power and pull to try to humiliate me or to humble me or to bring me down. And you ain't bring me down. You didn't. Because in your quest to bring me down, you bringing yourself down. You making yourself look bad. Because anybody that's got enough sense and the things that's going on ain't gonna agree with what they doing. And now they mad because they kept poking the bear, and now the bear talking. I don't see how you could be upset and mad because the bear talking when you kept poking the bear. Leave the bear alone. I wasn't saying nothing. I was quiet for a very long time, except for when I put that the supposed to be tarot card reader, but she was an entity. I see that now. She was a big entity. Um, Put her out there on TikTok about just warning people not to get readings by her because of a certain situation. But other than that, I ain't really wasn't posting like that because again, I'm a private person. I don't like everybody in my business. But since they didn't put everybody in my business anyway on some secret sites or the city site or whatever, it is what it is now. But I won't be silenced because yeah, I was silent and y'all still wouldn't let me rest. Y'all still kept doing things. Y'all still kept bothering me. You still kept interfering with jobs. You still kept doing witchcraft on me. You still kept being petty, keeping me out of housing and doing all this unnecessary stuff that could have been eliminated. All because you want to be seen as some kind of God. Well, I don't worship nobody but the Lord Jesus Christ. That's my God. I'll never bow to a man. For God I live, for God I'll die. And yes, we are in those times. And in the Bible, it says that, you know, in the end days, some of God's children, we are going to be killed for worshiping Him. And it is what it is. If He allow it, it is what it is. But I know I'll be in heaven. I'll be in my mansion in heaven. I'll be living good, the good that I couldn't live here. But I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.